New Zealand's most prestigious amateur event took place last week in the South Island sunshine capital of Nelson. The New Zealand Amateur is one of the oldest amateur events in the world and has been won by some of New Zealand's best golfers. This year's tournament saw a field of over 100 males and 36 females compete for the championship at the Nelson Golf Club. After 5 days and 6 rounds, the field was reduced to only 2 men and 2 women. In the men's draw, it was New Zealand rep Joshua Munn from Manawatu taking on Auckland's Tai Ko, who won the Australian Amateur earlier this year. And it was the young Aucklander who took the upper hand in the first round on Sunday. While Munn kept finding the fairways with his driver, it was Ko who kept control around the greens, with chip shots like these to have him head into the final 18 with a 2-up advantage. Although down, Josh Munn kept fighting on, producing quality approaches like this one to help set up numerous birdie opportunities. However, Josh's putter had other ideas, with a number of putts coming oh so close to dropping in but staying out of the cup. But when the dark clouds and strong wind began to sweep over the course, it was Ko who kept finding himself in trouble off the tee. That opened the door for Munn, who pulled the match back from 3 down with 10 to play to all square heading into the final hole. The crowds who braved the cold weren't short of entertainment for the afternoon. With the drama that you might expect on the PGA Tour, both players did their best to give each other the upper hand. While Munn had to chip out sideways from a fairway bunker, Ko fired his second over the green, almost hitting it out of bounds. Not giving up though, Munn played a superb third from 60 metres out to leave him a 10-foot putt for par. And when Ko left his third in the bunker after a misjudged pitch shot, it looked like Munn had the upper hand. But showing the class that helped him win the Australian Amateur, Ko chipped his bunker shot to within 1 foot of the pin, leaving him with a bogey and putting the pressure back on Munn to make his par putt. That pressure proving a bit too much for Josh, who settled for a bogey himself after leaving his ball on the high side of the cup and sending the match into extra holes. However, it was Ko who gave away the advantage down the first. After finding the rough with his drive, he was forced to lay up with his second and left himself a 15-foot putt for his par. And after Munn hit his second to within 30 feet, the 23-year-old from Manawatu was able to 2-putt his way to victory after Ko settled for a bogey. The win, which Josh has been dreaming of since he was a teenager, was just what he was looking for ahead of the New Zealand Eisenhower team announcement.
I knew I was in that sort of like top 6 guys in for the run for it, so hopefully this will give me a good chance to bump me up to there, because I missed out last time in 2012 and I'm really keen to play that event.
Meanwhile, in the women's draw, Waikato's Chantal Cassidy took on Kate Chadwick from Napier in the final after both girls won their semis on the 18th. Cassidy, who won last year's New Zealand women's stroke play, got off to a perfect start on the final day, shooting a 68 in her first round thanks to an informed short game that gave her a 5-up advantage after the first 18. But just like Josh in the men's draw, Chadwick never gave in. She managed to keep Cassidy's lead to 5 for much of the second 18 with superb approach shots that were backed up with the putter right when Kate needed it to fire. However, Chadwick's efforts to chase down Cassidy never seemed to eventuate after the 21-year-old's fantastic opening round. Even when it looked like Chantal was in trouble, she produced touches of class around the greens, like this, that kept her 1 step ahead of Chadwick. Chantal sealed the win in emphatic style, draining a 30-foot putt down the 12th to win the championship 7-6. The win was especially meaningful for Chantal, who lost a relative in the same tournament last year.
My great-grandfather died last year at the same day as this, so yeah, it was really good to think about him and actually win this for him.
Both Chantal and Josh proving they're a force to be reckoned with on a national scale and rightfully earning the titles of New Zealand Amateur Champions for 2014.